Welcome to Kansas City for the USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championship. Today we bring you the 16U Championship game featuring the OC Batbusters out of Anaheim, California, and the Marucci Patriots from Louisiana. It comes your way next on the CBS Sports Network. CBS welcomes you to Kansas City. The Marucci Patriots are ready. They get set to battle the OC Batbusters out of California in the 16U Championship of the USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championship. We are glad you decided to join us as well in Kansas City with Barbara Jordan. I'm Bernie Gunther. The best youth softball players in the entire country are here, and the Marucci Patriots out of Louisiana, the OC Batbusters. Those are the two teams left trying to vie for the 16U Championship.
There were 45 teams at the beginning of this 16U tournament. These are the final two trying to win the first ever USA Elite Select World Championship.
This is the fourth and final championship, and so far it has been all OC Batbusters. So this Marucci Patriots team out of Louisiana, they're going to try to break things up as we check out the starting lineup in today's game presented by Easton. It looks this way. Sarah Geyer leads things off as a designated player. She's followed by Allison Vincent in center field. Ella Manzer bats third. Kennedy Page, the cleanup hitter. Taylor Tindwell is going to go to LSU. She's at short. Kelsey Miller in right field. Valerie Viney in the 7-hole. Anna Grace McGee bats eighth. Danielle Dupay bats ninth. And Bailey Thornhill is going to be in the circle today for the Marucci Patriots. And they're going to go up against Kyra Snyder, who's going to get the starting nod, her favorite team, the Seattle Seahawks. And she's going to try to wrap up this championship and make the Batbusters 4 for 4 in Kansas City.
Snyder, she's an excellent choice. She keeps the ball down in the zone. She's going to collect her fair share of strikeouts, but also lets her defense play behind her. She's got a great change of speeds, and that'll be key today against the Patriots.
And that defense you just mentioned, check it out, presented by Dudley. Out in left field, it's Keith Palucha. In center field, Cauley. Guevara's out in right. Caruso at third, D's the shortstop. Gutierrez at second base. Jameson over at first. And Loya is behind home plate as we get set for a fourth and final championship of a week-long event here in Kansas City. We are so glad you decided to join us this afternoon. Amy Petrie and the Marucci Patriots out of Louisiana, they have had quite a tournament and quite a run to make it to this championship game. And they're hoping that they can get to Kyra Snyder early on in this championship. As Geyer will lead things off, first pitch put into play, and on the run, Samantha Dees will track it down for out number one. It's a good start for Snyder, one pitch and one out.
Love the aggressiveness. Love when a leadoff batter goes after the first pitch, setting the tone for the offense. Dees does a nice job just moving her feet and bringing in that little pop-up.
Here is Allie Vincent, the center fielder. 3.68 GPA. She is not committed. Out of Slidell, Louisiana. So many great stories on this Marucci team. Much like the OC Batbusters out of Anaheim, California, it's a close-knit group. They're right from Louisiana, so they get a chance to practice and play with one another. As this one's hit by Vincent into center field, backpedaling is Cauley, it's over her head. Vincent is in at second, and the Patriots have their first base runner in this championship game.
Allison Vincent with some pop in her bat. She gets it over Cauley in center field. She scoots into second base, and she is fired up. She knows she's in scoring position. She's got the Patriots ready to go.
Good start for the Patriots, trying to score the game's first run. And the catcher now, Ella Manzer, who's committed to play at Southern Georgia, trying to drive home the game's first run. She won the Louisiana State Championship in softball back in high school. And Ella Banana, as they've nicknamed her, with a chance of the big play and a big hit as we see Lloyd try to check Vincent back at second base. Great off-speed pitch, just 45 miles an hour on the changeup, and it's 1-2.
There it is by Snyder. What a pretty pitch this is. Taken off about 12 miles per hour from her original pitch.
Now she has a chance to get the K. 1-2, back with a little pace at 59 miles an hour, and it's fouled away. Kyra Snyder. Her entire dad's side of the family went to UCLA. And again with the off-speed pitch at 45 miles an hour, and she fools Manzer not just once, but twice.
Love this off-speed by Kira Snyder. When you see somebody who's taking big swings, what a great weapon to have. Pulling the string and changing speeds.
So Manzier will get the catching gear on, but she's hoping that Kennedy Page will extend this inning. Allison Vincent got aboard with a double. She's committed to Louisiana Monroe. Holds back there, it's 1-1. Again with the off speed, they're running down at third, and Vincent gets in with a stolen base. It's one way to advance the runner.
Heads up base running. Reads the pitch, it's a changeup. She doesn't go on the pitch, but she goes when it's in the dirt as the ball bounces on that turf. Great jump by Vincent to get into third.
But Snyder is ahead in the count, 1-2, trying to get her second K of this championship. 1-2 pitch back up the middle. It's a base hit, and Vincent's gonna score, and this one gets by Colley. Look at Kennedy Page. She is in at second after an RBI single. What a start for the Patriots.
Marucci Patriots, they are on fire here early in the game. Nice base hit up the middle, gets by the center fielder Colley. They now have another runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Gotta love the energy in this 16U championship. It started with Vincent's double. And now Kennedy Page is still in scoring position as Taylor Tidwell, who's committed to play for Beth Torina and LSU and play at Tiger Park, has a chance to get a big hit. Her favorite food, lasagna, and I'm sure she'd get an RBI single here. They could find a spot to get her some lasagna tonight. Off-speed pitch. Finds itself out of the zone, 1-1. Kennedy Page on second, driving home the first run of the game. And now Snyder is behind 2-1. Tidwell trying to get the third hit of the inning. Called strike, it's 2-2.
Big pitch by Snyder to even things up.
Snyder looking for a second K. Trying to end the top of the first. Just inside the count is full. Snyder, a Louisville commit. Coming home with a 3-2 pitch, got her swing off speed, but the Marucci Patriots are on the board. It started with a double by Allison Vincent, and then Kennedy Page drives her home. And the Patriots with an early lead in the 16U championship. The OC Batbusters out of California coming to the plate for the first time in the 16U championship. Let's meet their starters, presented by Houston. Lisa Avalos leads things off. Hanasaki bats second. Snyder, the pitcher, will bat third. Layla in the cleanup spot. Palucha follows her. Jameson batting sixth. Guevara's and the Seminole Barroso, Gutierrez, and Des in that order in this championship game against Bailey Thornhill. Her sister plays left field for LSU. She's committed to South Alabama, and she comes in to the circle with a one-run lead.
Thornhill, she knows how to move the ball. She'll work left to right. She's got an excellent curve. Look for her to use her off-speed today, but her key is really to be a precision pitcher and make sure she hits her spots.
Melissa Avalos, extra hitter in the lineup, leading things off. And Thornhill with a called strike, and you could just feel the energy from the Patriots side after they scored that first run. And on the other side, the Batbusters trying to bring the energy as well. This one flipped out to left field, and on the run is Duplay. And she's able to retire the first hitter that Thornhill sees. Let's check out the Dudley defense in this championship game. We already met Duplay out of the left field. It's Vincent in center. Miller will join them in the outfield and right. Viney over third. Tyndall is the shortstop. Page at second. McGee at first base, and Manzer is behind home plate. Hanasaki now. First pitch called strike. Bailey Thornhill is going right at him in this championship. Saki is an uncommitted player, still trying to find where she will play college softball. David Lestraps, head coach of the OC Batbusters. He's got a great history in this game. Of course, this is one of 50-plus teams that play in the Batbuster organization. We just saw Batbuster versus Batbuster in the 14U as Viney takes the high hop over third base. She's got to hurry, but she gets Saki over at first for the second out here in the first inning.
Number 45, UVP, Kyra Snyder.
Nice play by Mallory Viney. Here's your starting pitcher, Kyra Snyder, the Louisville commit, gonna play for the Cardinal. Seattle Seahawks fan. Gonna play a little ACC softball. Got a chance to cover that conference this year, and they got lots of talent in the ACC.
A lot of talent. Right now, dominated a lot by Florida State. They've won the last 4 ACC titles, but these other teams are coming on strong.
Ripped over the first baseman, Anna Grace McGee, and into right field for a base hit. And that one was hit so hard that Miller almost had a chance to make the play over at first. So Snyder has the first hit of the contest for the Batbusters.
Kyra Snyder takes this pitch. It's left over the middle of the plate. She just turns on it and lines a shot down the first baseline.
See a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Now running number 17.
As Kiana Cineros is going to come over and run for Snyder.
Cisneros.
Cisneros committed to play for Boston College. In fact, that's her favorite softball memory at this point, as you see Elaloya at the plate. Outside corner called strike. It's a big moment for these players when they verbally commit to their school, and it'll obviously be an even bigger moment where they are seniors in high school and they get the pen and the paper and sign that national letter of intent.
I think for so many of these families, it's a big commitment. A lot of these players starting when they're 10 to 12 years old on travel ball. It's a big commitment not only for the competition and the tournaments that they travel to, but also the lessons they have to take throughout the week, throughout all of their years.
They want Thornhill to throw a strike. Instead, she gets it over the plate, and Loya out to right field. They're on the corners. The Bat Busters trying to mount a 2-out rally here in the first, trying to even things up. Back-to-back base hits.
Nice shot by Loya, hitting the gap in right center. Lead runner, Cisneros picks up the runner. Picks up the coach, and as a runner, she never loses stride.
Tia Thies is going to come on and run for Loya, the catcher. So again, you're allowed a courtesy runner for both the pitcher and the catcher in the USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championships.
Slow, their spin might be able to move. Okay.
Now running at first base, number 5, Tia Thies.
Kate Palucha trying to continue this rally. The DePaul commit looking to play her college softball up in Chicago in the Windy City. The Bat Busters are on the corners. And Thornhill gets her pitch popped up, and Kennedy Page is going to make the play and retire the side. The Bat Busters get 2 on board, and they lead both. After 1, the Patriots lead it by a run.
The USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championships on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by USSSA. Dream NPF. Play USSSA. By Dudley, official ball of the US Elite Select World Fastpitch Championship. By DeMarini, maker of the world's finest bats. And by Boomba, official sponsor of the USA Elite Select All-American Games.
Kansas City, known for its barbecue, and I can attest that there are a number of great places to find some great ribs here. I think that I got 3 or 4 racks in the books at a couple of different places, and that's what we need is be a good time for a rib delivery. I don't know whether it would be clean enough to do on air. Of course, we need to make sure that there's no more on cameras, that's for sure. Kelsey Miller leading things off. What a great week. The host here in Kansas City, USA Elite Select, doing a great job. The games for this tournament started on CBS on Monday night with featured matchups, 4 consecutive games of the NPF on CBS Sports. Crowd of over 6,000 on hand at a Community America ballpark on Wednesday night for the Pride and the Dallas Charge. And overall, it's the inaugural USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championships, and what a great start it was to kick things off with this tournament.
There's so many different things that really complement this tournament. You spoke about Wednesday night. They had the youth's biggest tailgate party. All these teams, their coaches, their families attended that event, and then it was the blend of the softball communities, youth softball blending with the professional level, and all these players and coaches attending the National Pro Fastpitch game.
Kelsey Miller leading things off here in the second. And the 2-2 from Snyder is going to be lifted out to right field. Guevara's on the run, she can't get there. And Miller's on her way to second. It's the second extra base hit. Been a big week for the Bat Busters as well, and Lindsay Rowley is standing by with the president of the OC Bat Busters, Mike Stith, who won our 18U championship game yesterday. Lindsay?
Thanks, Bernie. Coach, talk to me a little bit about the commitment that you see not only out of the players, but also out of the coaches, out of the parents, out of everybody in your program.
Well, it has come to fruition this weekend. These people, there's so much that they have to do, and then the players themselves, there's so much they do to prepare to get to this level, and the level they ultimately want to get to, that it's nice to see them get rewarded every once in a while and win and do things well, work out well.
So we've seen 3 championship games, and all 3 have been Bat Buster wins. So how proud are you of this program?
And going back to your first point about the commitment level, what it is just a verification of the commitment that these people put into this, and they trust kind of what we're doing, and it's good to watch the kids enjoy themselves.
So this tournament has been long, but what has it been like for you, and how much have you and all of the coaches and players enjoyed this week?
Well, this was a mission for us to kind of find ourselves a little bit. We had some work to do with the older teams, and it worked out perfectly for us. It was a good event on our fields. We had good competition, and obviously culminating in this today and yesterday was an enjoyable experience. It was very good.
Well, thanks so much, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Guys?
Well, they say that Mike Stith, he's the president of the OC Bat Busters. They are the Yankees, if you will, of travel fast pitch. And we've seen that so far this weekend because they have an opportunity to win all 4 championship games. It started with the 12U and 18U, which they took yesterday. And, of course, earlier today, they were sure to win Bat Busters versus Bat Busters. They have a chance for the sweep, if you will. They already got 3, the 12U, the 18U, and the 14U.
I had a chance to talk to head coach of the 16U Bat Busters, Dave Lestraps, and I said, no pressure or anything. But the other 3 divisions were all won by Bat Busters. He's like, no pressure, I got it.
Right now, his Bat Busters trailing the Patriots, and they're threatening here in the second. Miller led off the inning with a double. Viney moved her over to third, and this is Anna Grace McGee, the first baseman. And she's going to walk. It's the first walk issued by Snyder. You know, a big reason that Mike Stith and the Bat Busters elected to come to this championship game when we talked to him on Monday night is he loved the fact of the involvement with the college coaches, Tim Walden, among many, the former NPF players and Olympians that they'd have a chance to hear from, and the opportunity to get a chance to watch the National Pro Fastpitch League as well. There's no other tournament like it, Barb.
Yeah, I think it was truly special to have 2 different seminars with 2 different panels, one being current and former players and one being collegiate coaches. And they're talking to these young players about what it takes to be successful, what it takes to be recruited. So many different intangibles to becoming an elite athlete. And who better to hear it from than the best of the best?
Danielle Duplay takes a pitch. It's 2-1. DD, they call her. Said her fun fact is she'll never be 5 feet tall. That's her belief. But she's powerful. She drives it through past the shortstop Dees, and Miller's going to score. It's the second hit of the inning, and the Patriots score their second run.
Duplay does a nice job on this slap, just gets a pitch she can handle. And she drives it right by decent shortstop.
Number 26, Sarah Geyer.
So they're back to the top of the lineup, and Sarah Geyer now. Bouncing ball, it's in fair territory, taken by Jameson. She tags the bag, runners advance to second and third, but now there's 2 away here in the second.
I like the aggressiveness of the Marucci Patriots. A lot of these batters swinging early in the count. And whether they're getting base hits or outs, they are hitting the ball well.
Allison Vincent doubled and scored in her first plate appearance. She had the big hit to kind of set the tone early on. She scored one of the 2 runs, and now she has a chance to drive home at least 1 or 2 more. As McGee's over at third, Duplay at second. The Patriots threatening in back-to-back innings. 2-1. And they are making Snyder work inside the circle for the Batbusters.
Snyder just missing her mark a little bit. When she comes early with the strike, the Patriots have been aggressive.
2-1 pitch popped up and in foul territory. Barroso makes the play to retire the side, but Kelsey Miller leads off the inning with a double, and then Danielle Duplay drives her home, and it's the Patriots by 2 early on.
It's only at this time of year where we get to go face pitching and the level of competition that you see in an event like this.
It just gets me pumped and ready to play. Like, woo! I'm just so excited.
To be able to be here in front of this type of coaches in this type of environment, and for these girls to showcase what they have.
We've been working really hard, and so we've definitely earned it, but it's definitely extremely special.
We put all of our guts and glory on the field. We just love the game so much that that's all you can do.
It's lit at the tournament. Wish you were here with us.
It's all about the dream of playing for a national championship, and 178 teams had an opportunity to win it here in Kansas City, and we are down to 2 teams remaining. The Marucci Patriots, 2-0 advantage over the OC Batbusters. 26 different states represented, including a team from Mexico, and this is the inaugural year of the USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championships, and I know for a fact, just listening to the coaches and the feedback that I've heard, that this tournament is only going to grow next year.
Now batting number 9, Trinity Jamerson.
64 bursts will be on the line next year. And, talking to the executive vice president of USSSA Fastpitch, he said that probably might be one of the only detriments, is there's a lot more than 64 teams after they witnessed this week and heard the stories that are interested in coming back here next year to Kansas City and vying for this national championship.
Well, it's the best talent, but also all the little events that went along with it, the education pieces. We talked about former players, current players, college coaches. They even had a sports psychologist come and address these athletes.
Kendi Jamerson leading things off for the Batbusters. They had an opportunity an inning ago where Snyder got aboard with a single. Layla got aboard as well. They had 2 on with 2 out. But then Thornhill was able to get the big pitch. He should get the first out here. Viney in foul territory gives way to Tyndall, who makes the play for out number 1. And a big speaker here, 2-time national champion Tim Walton from the Florida Gators talked about his experience here at the World Fastpitch Championships.
When I was asked to be here, that was the same question I said. Well, what's going to make this tournament different than all the other ones? And just the education process, all the things that a lot of former great athletes are giving back to young softball players who are aspiring to not only play in college, but also be great young professionals. So great opportunity to be in this inaugural thing and get it going the right way.
Yeah, great to hear from Coach Walton. And he knows what it takes. He knows what it takes to recruit the best athletes and all the things to look for. A lot of times as a young athlete, they might think if I go 4 for 4, that's something that college coaches are really watching, but it's more than that.
Guevara hits it deep, and it's off the wall in left field. Duplay can't make the play, and it's a double for Guevara, who has the first extra base hit for the OC Batbusters. Their coach David Lestraps is mic'd up for us today. Let's listen in.
Hey, you guys need to settle down. Settle down. Don't get all into the hoopla. Just settle down. Play the game. Let's go.
Play the game on 3. 1, 2, 3. Play the game.
Dave Lestraps, he's got a long history in fast pitch softball. 3 daughters that played collegiately. Dominique played at the University of Washington. Brittany played at the University of Arizona. And Lauren played at the University of Nevada. So he understands, and I love that for these young players to be able to listen to him because he has been through it with his daughters. He has seen the process, and understanding the process is a big part of it.
Pearl Barroso popped up short right field. It gets down in front of Miller. Guevara got a late start, and so she'll hold at third, and they're on the corners with 1 away. Back-to-back hits, a double and a single.
Barroso hits it high, falls in. Miller in right field actually makes a nice play not to let that ball get by her.
And now Miranda Gutierrez trying to push across the first run of this championship game for the OC Batbusters. Chopped to third. Viney looks to the runner back, now throws over to first and gets the second out. There's 2 in scoring position, however, as Gutierrez advances Barroso to second.
Gutierrez first pitch swinging. Viney does a nice job making the play, and with that glance back, holding the runner at third base.
So it's up to Samantha Deese to extend the inning. Her favorite player is Sierra Romero. One day wants to be a physical therapist. And she's coming to the plate with a towel in her back pocket, pointed out by Ella Manzer. So she'll bring that back to the dugout, and now Deese is ready to go. She won 2 CIF championships back in high school. California is such a big state, they don't have one state championship, but to win the CIF, that's very impressive. Guevara third, Barroso at second, as the Batbusters have a chance to tie it. Big pitch there. Thornhill threw it by her at 60 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
Thornhill challenging Deese on that last pitch, going right through the zone.
Can the shortstop come through for the Batbusters? She's down to her final strike. Thornhill is yet to get a strikeout in this championship. Not on that pitch, it's 2-2. She's let her defense work behind her so far through the first inning and 2/3. The Batbusters with some options here in the second, and Deese fouls it back to stay alive. Taylor Tyndall over to high-five her pitcher. She's a pitch away from getting out of a big jam here in the bottom of the second inning. This one is hammered out to left. Dupay looks back, and it is gone! Home run, Samantha Deese, and the Batbusters are on the board, and they are on top, 3-2.
Samantha Deese with this big blast. With runners in scoring position and 2 outs, she delivers. Not only is it over the fence, it hits the top of the scoreboard.
Thornhill was a pitch away. Instead, Deese with a big shot. Alyssa Avalos. That was a towering shot by Samantha Deese.
That quickly changed the momentum of this game. You could almost feel the air come out of the Patriots early here in the second inning. But that's what makes the Batbusters the Batbusters. They are known for a team with power. They can come back, they can take a lead. But with their hitters, they know and they believe that anything is possible offensively. And that's a 3-run home run by a batter batting in the 10th spot.
Three hits in the second have produced 3 runs. And it's 3-1 to the leadoff hitter. Trying to continue the second inning. Base hit back up the middle. And Avalos has the 4th hit of the inning. Check in with Lindsay Rowley, who's down in the dugout with Samantha Deese.
Thanks, Bernie. Samantha just hit that amazing home run to get your team on the board. What was your mindset for that at bat?
I just went up there. I knew that we were behind, and I knew that there was a runner on second and third. And I needed to get these runs in, so I just relaxed and I drove the ball.
So what are the things you and your teammates are talking about in order to stay in this game?
Just play like we can. Like, we went through a lot this entire tournament, so we just knew that if we played together and just relaxed, then we can win this game.
Thanks so much, Samantha.
Thank you.
Bernie?
Samantha Deese, what a shot this was.
With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, Deese just unloads and gives the Batbusters 3 runs.
Deese down to her final strike, and instead of ending the inning, she's got the Batbusters on top, and they're trying to continue. It's actually, it's Kira Colley who got the single. She's on her way to second. Avalos at the plate. It's a Batbuster team that is elected to bat 11 in this championship game. You're able to bat up to 11. And that might be the day for Thornhill, as they're going to make a pitching change here in the second inning. Shelby Wickersham is going to come in. She and Taylor Tidwell are going to LSU together. So here's a future SEC pitcher, not going to graduate and play for Beth Tureen until after she graduates high school in 2018.
I like this move of bringing in Wickersham. She keeps the ball down in the zone. And this is going to allow her, she's going to collect some strikeouts, but it's also going to allow her defense to play behind her.
Well, coming up tonight at 8 Eastern, we bring you round 6 of Lucas Oil Racing Pro 4 and Pro Buggy action as the journey to crowning this year's champion of the Off-Road Racing Series continues right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So Thornhill, a pitch away from ending the inning, is now pushed out of the game here in the second. And it's up to Wickersham to try to get the final out of the inning. It's been a long week for these players. The tournament began on Monday. It's taken a full week of softball to whittle down to this championship. As Avalos at the plate, she flew out to left in her first plate appearance.
One of the challenging things for the pitchers in this tournament is a lot of travel ball tournaments have time limits on them, hour and a half, hour 40. So really these pitchers, when they start, they might go through the order twice or 3 times. But it doesn't allow the offense to make adjustments as the game goes on. You know, if you go through a lineup just twice, a lot of times it's the 3rd at bat and the 4th at bat where an offense really comes to life.
Three and two. Swing and a miss. Wickersham comes in and gets her down on strikes, but the power provided in the second by Samantha Dees. She hits the scoreboard, leaves the yard, and the Batbusters have their first lead of this 16U championship. Samantha Dees' 3-run home run has the OC Batbusters out of California with a 3-2 advantage over the Marucci Patriots from Louisiana in this championship game, and it's the first time today that the Patriots trail, and for Snyder, the first time that she's entered the circle with the lead. The Patriots have had opportunities in the first 2 innings, both innings with extra base hits, turning into runs. Vincent with a double, turned into a run in the first. Miller led off the second with a double, and she came in to score on Duplay's single. This is Ella Manzer. And we'll see now if the Patriots, Barb, can weather the storm. Manzer committed to Southeastern Georgia. Tap but foul.
Take a look at Manzer. Out of Louisiana, and the University of Louisiana is known for their split grip. You watch Manzer grip that bat. A lot of times that allows the hitter to get their hands through the zone a lot quicker, have a little more barrel control of the bat.
She goes into the box gloveless as well, Barb.
But she's old school. I like it. A little bit of toughness here.
Guess on a day when it's in the 90s, you wonder about just trying to keep a hold of that bat. She's down on strikes. Let's listen in to the Marucci Patriots head coach, Amy Petrie, mic'd up in between innings.
Okay, listen up. Y'all listen up. Y'all listen up. You got to let that go. Okay, we got to keep balance and we got to get the momentum back. We right here. It's not hard to score another run. We scored every inning, 1 at a time. Okay, ladies, like we talked about, we get in a situation where we can move the runners. We got to be able to do our job. Okay, timely hitting. You're gonna have to think, this is what I got to do. Every run's gonna count. Okay, we're gonna get that run back, or one of us is gonna do it. We have been doing it all week. We were down like 4-0 the first inning in one of the games. Hey, we gotta remember why we're here, and we gotta keep it right here, okay? Let's compete. Let's be an animal. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm ready to go. Where's my bat, Barb?
Hey, she's been through it. She knows what she's talking about. And I love the fact that she identified the momentum of the game, because it was the Marucci Patriots who came out aggressive early on.
It's our second strikeout of the inning, and Kennedy Page, they caught her by a footstep. Let's check in with Lindsay once again for more on the Marucci Patriots.
Thanks, Bernie. Yeah, Coach Petrie isn't the only one who's fired up here today. Before today's game, I was speaking with some of the Patriots' parents. They were all taking pictures with these phenomenal signs that they had made for their girls. They were talking to me, telling me how close-knit of a group they are. And they win and lose with the team. And they said, you know, there's not a ton of competitive softball travel teams in Louisiana, so it's very rare that you won't see all of the parents at these big road trips. And they enjoy every minute of it. They said, yep, we made these signs, but don't worry, you'll hear us too. Back to you.
Gotta like when the parents bring their A game as well. Snyder, strikeout number 3 and 4 is the Marucci Patriots parents trying to will them to get a hit. Tidwell committed to play at LSU, as we talked about earlier, for Beth Torina and company. Brother already plays college baseball in community college. And Snyder, after getting back-to-back Ks to start the inning, starts off behind 0-2, and now she gets a called strike to make it 2-1. Two and two as it catches the inside corner. The 2-2 pitch put on play. Gutierrez bobbles it at first, and Tidwell beats it out. It should have been the final out here in the top of the third.
Tidwell hits it hard. And Gutierrez sits back on it a little bit. Her feet stop moving, and that ball actually plays her. She tries to hustle the throw to Jamerson, but Tidwell, too much speed.
And so they're going to score it. E4, and Gutierrez, how about making up for that air? Dives down, makes the play, and she gets Kelsey Miller to retire the side. Kyra Snyder dials in a shutdown inning, and she gets a little help from her friend, Gutierrez, able to end the threat. It is the USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championships, and our fourth and final championship game. The Batbusters looking for their fourth win, and the big hit an inning ago by Samantha Deese, the difference, a 3-run home run. And the Patriot fans, they're hoping that Shelby Wickersham, who's coming to the game, she got the out to end the second, can go through the OC Batbusters with a little bit more ease here in the third inning. The offense has been the story. No matter what you see, we've had a base runner aboard for both teams in every inning of this contest so far.
Both teams coming out aggressive early, but both teams known for their offensive production.
Hannah Sasaki leads off the inning for the Batbusters. Chopped up on the infield, called for Viney, and then she throws it away. She felt confident the entire time, and then look at the Patriots hustle back to make sure they covered third. That was a tough play. I'm not sure that Wickersham or Viney really had a chance to get the speedy Sasaki.
What I love about Sasaki's slap is how close the ball bounces to home plate. That's what gives it height. And anytime as a slapper you give the ball height, you put pressure on that defense to rush their throw.
Sasaki is still uncommitted. Probably the big difference is this one's going to go to the backstep. You look at it in a matter of moments. I'm not sure if Viney could have really made that out to get Sasaki. She throws it away. That puts the runner at second, and now with a wild pitch and a blink of an eye, the Batbusters have a runner on third with nobody out.
Yeah, that was a tough play, especially because there was a lot of traffic there on her release as she fielded the ball in the circle with Wickersham.
And Snyder right back to the pitcher, and Wickersham doesn't even look the runner back. She knows she can make the play in time. Guess it came back at her quick enough that Sasaki didn't even think about coming home.
Now batting number 18, Isabella Loya.
So Wickersham getting the first out. Loya singled back in the first inning. She's committed to play in Champaign for the Illini of Illinois. And play in the Big Ten. We'll be hoping to put together something that might end Hutch's reign up there for the Michigan Wolverines.
The only thing that's going to end Carol Hutchins' thing is if Carol Hutchins retires. The all-time winningest coach in collegiate softball history.
Let's see, just knock her down a peg for the couple of years that she's there, but obviously Michigan, they've got everything going. Wickersham 1-2. It's about a ball off the outside corner of the plate. It's 2-2.
Strike.
Chopped on the ground. Page's only play is first, and in comes Sasaki, who singled and came around in a couple of comedy of errors. And so the errors on the infield produce the fourth run of the contest for the OC Batbusters.
Fundamental softball by the Batbusters, runner on third base. They hit it to the right side of the infield, which usually scores a run, and they extend their lead.
So the base is clear for Kate Paluca, left fielder. Paluca popped out the shortstop in her first plate appearance. Still a lot of time left in this championship game for the Marucci Patriots, who really had all the momentum the first inning and a half. Got her swinging, that'll retire the side, but Hannah Sasaki gets aboard and she comes in. But Wickersham gets the strikeout to end the threat. 4-2, Batbusters on top. Well, Dave Lestrap's OC Batbusters have battled their way back in this championship game behind the big hit of Samantha Dees. And Coach Lestraps is down on the field with Lindsay Rowley.
Thanks, Bernie. Coach, Samantha Dees hits that home run to give you guys the lead. What makes her so dangerous at the plate?
Well, she takes a good cut. She can hit the ball to all fields. I knew she'd hit the ball hard, and that's all we were hoping for. Keep them on the defense, and I knew she'd come through for us.
And at the beginning of the game, I heard you telling your team to calm down and relax. Since the home run, do you think they've settled in?
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, they were a little anxious. They were ready to play all morning, so now that we're in the game, we'll be fine now.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thank you, Lindsay. Big swing. 2 outs, 2 strikes. They leave the yard. Top of the scoreboard, 3-run home run, and now the Marucci Patriots scrambling a little bit here. There's still Plenty of innings left. They play 7 innings in this championship game.
46, Mallory Viney.
But Mallory Viney and company trailing by 2 runs now. Viney with a sacrifice in her first plate appearance.
Vernon, we've talked a lot about how special this tournament is. There'll be a lot more teams attending this tournament next year, but I think what people don't realize is these teams got here by qualifying, or it was an at-large process based on who they played, what the scores were, but there was a whole tallying system on how these teams could compete for the World Championship.
So we live on a showcase of so much great talent, and it's going to continue once again kind of in parallel with the NPF. The top players from this tournament and around the country have been invited to take part in the Select 30, a part of the NPF Championship Series. It'll be in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Top 30 players from each age group getting a chance to play in an all-star showcase, of course. And, you know, getting an opportunity to isolate and find these top players and then place them against one another, even on different teams, will be great to see. I'm sure that the Bat Busters are going to be well represented, as will the Patriots as well.
I love the fact that there's a system, that everything they do, they'll be rated. And it's in their throwing, it's in their fielding, their hitting. But it's a whole locker of their scores. And then they can use that for recruiting. College coaches can use that and understand a little bit more about what components these athletes have and how they're performing when they are in elite level competition.
Anna Grace McGee at the plate after a ground out by Viney. And the Amateur All-American Scouting Network will be out there to give and provide some feedback to these players from a scouting perspective. And you talk to, whether it's Jamie Loprice or Jeremy McDowell, all the people that are a big player in trying to build this USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championship, they say it's about growing the game, trying to bring everything together as opposed to split it apart.
Well, and here at this tournament, the focus is on the athlete. It's not about anything but the athlete and the athlete competing at the highest level and getting educated.
5 strikeouts now for Snyder. So check out our DeMarini difference maker, and the big hit of the game belongs to Samantha Dees. Back in the second inning, 2 outs, 2 strikes, and she leaves the yard with a 3-run home run.
I'm sure Dees is always going to remember that home run. 1, she did it while playing for a world championship, and 2, hit the top of the scoreboard. Bounce back down.
The inside corner called strike. Outside pitch. She fights it off. The Marucci Patriots, they've got to find something to change the momentum.
Well, I think they need to go back to what gave them success early in the game. They scored runs in the first and second inning. They were aggressive early in the count.
Lifted in D, should be able to retire the sign. Nope, instead it's Belucha out in left field. She comes in, and Snyder, 1, 2, 3, setting us to the bottom of the 4th.
All right, hey, right here. Let's go. Every pitch, we're not taking a pitch off. We're pitching it with her, okay? Every time we're talking ball or strike. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go.
Work on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Work.
Are you doing the face thing?
Hey, under control now. Work up and stay here. Stay on it, get through it right here. Let's go, do your job. No drifting, okay? No drifting. Attack and stay through, okay? It's gotta come to you, can't go get it, okay? Let's go to work.
I am down on the field with Coach Petrie. Coach, Shelby Wickersham in the circle. You brought her in. What do you think she's bringing to this game?
She's bringing a drop ball. She's making them chase out the zone. It's a low strike zone today, so I think she'll do, she's doing well controlling the game, trying to get the ball put on the ground.
Still lots of time left in this game. What are you talking to your team about in order to tie this one up?
We have to figure out what to do with that changeup, first of all. So we're going to be making some more adjustments here, and one at a time. Let's do what we've done all week, get them on, move them over, hit them in. But it's going to take a little bit of work. She's doing a good job in the circle for them. So.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks.
Guys?
What I like about Coach Petrie is her energy. Real positive, always passing along information, and keeping the beat up in the dugout and on the field. The former player at Nicholls State, she knows what it takes.
Kendi Jamerson leading off, and Shelby Wickersham could use a quick inning here. Not the way she wanted to start. Bouncing ball, base hit, and Jamerson leads off with a single. You know these bat busters can hit.
Mia Guevara.
Brings the plate, Mia Guevara. She's got a 4.5 GPA. Committed to Colgate. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. GP bunts it over to Viney, and Viney goes to second, and she's able to get the lead runner.
Viney with a gutsy throw across the field. Jamerson with pretty good speed, and although the ball got on Vining early, you can see how quickly Jamerson gets into second base.
Big play by the third baseman, Viney, to make sure that the bat busters don't have a runner in scoring position. Now the runner goes, and Guevara says, couldn't bunt her over to second, so I'll take second. And the bat busters have exactly what they wanted, a runner in scoring position with one out.
I like what the bat busters are doing. They're just staying aggressive. Getting the leadoff batter on, and even though they don't move the runner, they go early in the count. They send a runner on a steal.
Pearl Barroso, bouncing ball, took a high hop breach by Tyndall over at short. She just couldn't make the play. I still think it was remarkable that she kept that ball from going out into center field. She kind of said my bad, but she ran a long way to grab it, didn't she?
Tidwell showing her range. This ball clearly up the middle, just to the left of second base. I love her angle and her glove work, and the fact that she brings the ball in, holds the runner at third base.
Miranda Gutierrez with runners on the corners. First pitch is high, 1-0. Gutierrez grounded to the third baseman in her first plate appearance. Bat busters, they got something cooking here in the fourth inning. Trying to add to this 2-run lead. 2-0. Called strike. Popped up into right field, and the play is going to be made by Miller, and tagging and coming home is Guevara to make it 5-2 on the sacrifice fly by Gutierrez.
Nice job by Gutierrez, getting it out of the infield and getting it deep enough to where it easily scores Guevara from third base.
But the big hit of this championship belongs to Samantha Deese. Good job by Guevara tagging up there. They appeal over to third, but we could see in our replay, she waited.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask. Sometimes the umpires might feel like maybe you saw something and pull the trigger. I've seen that done before. They think they missed something.
Deese has changed the entire complexion of this championship. Her 3-run home run in the second is the difference. Wickersham facing her for the first time. The home run came off of Thornhill. High hopper and Tyndall. Wow, how did she recover to make the play to get Deese? Taylor Tyndall ends the threat, but the Batbusters tack on another.
Hey, get on top, take away, let's go. Use middle, let's go. Hey, you gotta stand tall and pull down. You can't lean backwards and try to hit the ball. Calm down. Hey, 1 out. Okay, this is what I want you to do. She is going to try to throw a first pitch strike. So we're gonna hit and run first pitch.
Okay.
I want you to slap the ball to the shortstop. Okay. So do not hit the ball in the air. Get on top of the plate and hit the ball to the shortstop. Okay. Let's go.
Take a look at our game recap here in the 16U championship game. 3 in the second on the 3-run home run. The difference so far in this championship, Batbusters tacked on 1 more in the third and 1 more in the fourth. And the difference, Barb, though, the game really changed after that home run because it looked like the Patriots, through the first, I'd say, inning and 2/3, they had all the momentum.
Patriots scoring 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, but the big blast by Samantha Deese really has given the Batbusters momentum, and they have not stopped, pushing another run across in the third and fourth inning.
So it's the 3rd time for the Patriots against Snyder. Top of the lineup, it's Sarah Geyer, who's 0 for 2, popped out in the first, grounded out in the second. If only for the Patriot fans, they could get 1 run back here. I feel like they could maybe try to shift some momentum, but there was so much energy on the Marucci Patriot side when they got out to that great start, scoring a run in the first and a run in the second. And after that, it has been quiet.
Well, they're in the place they want to be. They have the top of the lineup. Their spark plugs are coming up. They're table setters. They're just looking for runners to get in on base so their power hitters can hopefully club them in.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Wow. Way out in front, and how about that? She's going to reach first on a drop third strike. You think that was on purpose?
No, I just think she was completely fooled by Snyder's changeup.
Check in with Lindsay Rowley, who is with Daryl Landry, the founder of the Marucci Patriots.
Thanks, Bernie. Coach, now from what I understand, you were here for the 18s, but when you heard your 16s were in the championship, you booked a flight right back. Am I right?
Absolutely right. I mean, you never know when this is going to happen again, so I couldn't afford to miss this. So made the trip back, and glad I did.
And so what are your thoughts on seeing the commitment of your parents, your players, your coaches, everybody?
The type of ball that we play, we travel around the country. It takes a full family commitment to play at this level because of the expense and the travel that we have to do to face the competition we need to face. it costs quite a bit, and the kids are really committed to it, and we really have a good group of kids. I mean, ever since we started, I mean, we've had really no drama from parents or kids or anything. It's really going really strong, and it's really went well.
And this week, a lot of softball. What have you thought overall of this tournament and your team's commitment to this event?
Oh, we loved it. I mean, it's within driving distance from Louisiana, where we're from, and so it's kind of a regional, but it's really got a much. I mean, there's so much competition. Every game we've played against really good teams. The competition level is really, really high. We love it. And y'all have done a fantastic job with it. Everything's going on schedule. Updates with the weather, even when we had trouble with the weather one day, it was very easy access for everybody, and I was able to communicate to the parents and everything to stay on track with everything. I mean, it was wonderful.
Thank you so much, and good luck.
Oh, no problem.
Guys?
What a tournament it has been, and when your team makes it back to the championship game, why not book your flight back, right?
Yeah, and you have to love the dedication of Marucci sports in general. They're the #1 bat in Major League Baseball, but they have made a commitment to fast pitch softball. And here we see the Marucci Patriots not letting them down, competing in this World Championship.
Allison Vincent doubled and scored the first run of the game, and she's trying to get aboard on the second drop third strike of the inning. That's how Sarah Geyer finds herself aboard with back-to-back Ks for Snyder. She's got 8 now in this championship game. Trying to work against the heart of this Patriots lineup. Ella Manzer, she hasn't been able to figure out the change. She has struck out twice. And it's decided that Snyder has taken too much time.
I think what's hard when you're facing somebody who changes speeds as much as Snyder is when you fall behind. A lot of times as a hitter, you want to make it up with one big swing, and that's why I think we see some of these big swings, and they're way too big against somebody who is consistently coming with a changeup. They really need to be thinking ground balls and base hits.
The 0-1 to Manzer, swing and a miss, and ooh, leaning the wrong way was Geyer, but she's able to get back. She had a big lead out there at second base.
I like Loya throwing down. Even though her throw's a little bit off the mark, I love the fact that she's sending a message saying you can't come off the bag that far when I'm back here. Nice job by Loya, just working behind the plate, making every pitch count.
Missed inside. Two and two. Manzer trying to drive home Geyer and put the ball in play for the first time today against Snyder. Tapped foul. She's able to hold back on that last pitch at 47 miles an hour.
Snyder just relentless on her changeup. And I love it because if the Patriots are going to continue to be out in front, she has affected their timing.
Jammed her. She fouls it back. What are you looking for to try to figure out the changeup? Because obviously Snyder's done a great job of keeping these Patriots out of sync with it today.
Well, if she's throwing it 3-4 times in at bat, that would be the pitch that I would look for as a hitter.
2-2 ground ball to Dees across the diamond for out number 2. First time that Manzer has put the ball in play against Snyder.
Now batting number 32, Kennedy Page.
That brings to the plate Kennedy Page. Swing and a miss. Off speed again.
So we
You'd think
talk
they'd be looking at it, right?
Yeah, we talk about, you know, pick the changeup if she's throwing it this often, but that's easier said than done, especially if she comes in with something hard. You think, is she going to throw it? But the tendencies right now, she's throwing 3 or 4 to every batter.
Page singled her first time up. Another Louisiana product with that split grip you talked about. The most valuable player in the NPF has made a heyday with it the last 2 years, Kelly Crutchman. One. It's 2-1.
So if you're thinking changeup, then when a pitch like that comes in the dirt, it's so much easier to hold up. You don't find yourself out in front chasing something out of the zone.
Page has worked the count to 3-1. Patriots trying to get at least one of the 3 runs they trail the Batbusters by back here in the 5th inning. They got an opportunity with Geyer on second in scoring position. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. And there's 2 on board as the LSU commit comes to the plate.
And so looking at that pitch sequence, what we just saw, Bernie, is the only pitch that Snyder threw for a strike that at bat was the changeup. Everything else is missing outside. She's missing off the plate with her curve.
Tidwell reached on an air in the 3rd inning. She could get them all back with one swing of the bat. A chance for both the shortstops to be a hero so far.
Tidwell definitely has the power to tie things up.
And Snyder has suddenly lost sight of the plate. She's behind 2-0. Called strike and looming on deck, Kelsey Miller, who has one of the 2 doubles in the contest. Vincent doubled and scored, Miller doubled and scored in the 2nd. This is a tough spot in the lineup for Snyder. Working against the LSU commit. 2-1, ball 3. And Snyder is in danger of loading the bases here in the 5th. And the Patriots, they don't even have a hit in this inning. Can Tidwell come through with the big hit here in the 5th? (3-1) put into play over to 3rd. Barroso threw it away. Geyer's going to come in to score. Oh, wow, that should have been the final out here in the 5th. Instead, it's a 5-3 contest.
This is why you want to use the ground, especially when you're behind. You want to make the defense play the game. Tidwell with a great at-bat, what looks like a routine ground ball. Barroso just throws it way over Jamerson's head at first. It scores a run and then puts 2 more runs into scoring position.
Good things happen when you put the ball in play. Taylor Tidwell reaches on an air for the 2nd time of the contest, but she brings home a run. And now Kelsey Miller, who had a double back in the 2nd, she can tie it with 1 swing.
Snyder struggling just a little bit. You have to remember, it's almost 100 degrees here today. Plus, these teams are playing 7-inning games this week. It's more innings for the pitchers. Typically, they're playing an hour and a half to an hour and 40-minute time limit, so maybe getting 4 or 5 innings per game. So here all week long, they have thrown more innings this week.
And Mike Smith said he really likes it because it's true softball and you have a chance for your team to make an adjustment. As Miller hits this one to left, it's going to go all the way to the wall, and Miller, with her 2nd double, has tied it up. The Patriots are back in it here in the 5th.
Big swing by Kelsey Miller, swinging at the first pitch. And how about a little opposite field power? Takes this ball over Palucha's head in left field.
And the life has returned to the Patriots dugout.
Great opposite field power, and I love the excitement by the Patriots.
Can Viney give the Patriots the lead? He's down to her final strike. Lay down a sacrifice in the 2nd inning. Trying to drive home Kelsey Miller. She scored the last time she doubled back in the 2nd. But Snyder's ahead 0-2, trying to get Viney to end the 5th. Got her swing, that'll retire the side. But Kelsey Miller comes through with a big hit as the Patriots have tied it up in the 16U championship. Love.
Right, right. I thought Bat Busters were going to come up and put the game away if they didn't score, but that ain't happening. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's a real bad turn. But as far as, I mean, she's like way out in left field, but yeah, the glance is good, but I mean, anybody watching it realizes she did not take a very good turn. But otherwise, it's a really good call.
one big swing by Kelsey Miller. The only hit in the top of the 5th inning has tied it up. 5-5 the score. Is Kyra Cawley, the center fielder, is going to come to the plate. She's singled in her plate appearance back in the 2nd. Shelby Wickersham continues in relief and gets the high hop on the infield. Tyndall fields it on the hop. And look at the Patriots, they are fired up in this championship.
Collie does a nice job using the ground, but Tidwell up for the challenge, catches the short hop, throws it on the run. Perfect defensive play.
It's a big play by Tidwell. Now back to the top of the lineup. And Alyssa Avalos. She's 0 for 2, fly out and a strikeout. Shelby Wickersham committed to play for LSU as well as Taylor Tidwell. Those two looking to go together to play for Beth Torina. Shelby Wickersham's father, Jeff Wickersham, a record-holding quarterback for the LSU Tigers, did some big things in Death Valley, then played for the Miami Dolphins. Unfortunately, played in the Dan Marino era, so not a whole lot of quarterbacking to be done down in South Florida. It has to be special for him. Obviously, Wickersham, class of 2018, so she's got a couple of years before she graduates and heads to Baton Rouge. But have your daughter go to the same college that you did so many great things at. At least that's the plan. It has to be special, and Wickersham comes in and gets the K. Well, Doug Gottlieb has an opinion on everything happening from around the sports world, and he is not afraid to let you know how he feels. Doug Gottlieb Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Two outs. And this is what you want to dial in if you're the Patriots, a shutdown inning. They got to get Sasaki. They were in at the corners, and that one could have been trouble if it would have fallen fair, but it falls in foul territory. We saw the problems with Sasaki's speed in the 3rd when she scored a run. I guess I should say the problem she creates with her speed.
I really like the bounce Sasaki gets with her slap. She's so good at bouncing the ball close to home, which gives her that high hop, and that enables her to beat it out.
0-2. And Wickersham needs one more pitch to get out of the inning. Wickersham looking for her 4th strikeout in relief, the 1-2 pitch.
Wickersham's starting to mix it up a little bit. We saw her keeping the ball down in the zone. Now we see her changing the batter's eyes, throwing some rise balls.
The 1-2 again. Put into play with foul. I'm sure that Mallory Viney is well aware that looks like the ball coming her way over at 3rd base. Got to be so quick to get Hannah Sasaki, especially if she gets that high hop.
I like Sasaki with the power slap. A lot of slappers drop that barrel down in their hands as they start their footwork. Sasaki, she slaps, just regular grip, does not drop the barrel down. Good old-fashioned power slap.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and it's off the glove of Viney in foul territory. That was pretty close. That would have been extra bases. Take another look.
Ball's in fair territory, but as it goes over the third baseman's head, Will Curtis, home plate umpire, saying that ball is in foul territory.
Two and two, chopped on the ground. Tidwell across the diamond, and Sasaki beats it out again. That's why she is so good.
Tidwell is just so strong at that shortstop position. This is the second short hop we've seen her field this inning. And then with all of her momentum going over to the third base side, she just fires it across the field. Nice dig by McGee over at first base.
Sasaki's still uncommitted. I think she's going to find herself a D1 home. Snyder with a runner going. The throw, not in time, a stolen base. And look at the OC Batbusters. Infield base hit, steals second base. And now they have a chance to take the lead again.
You want to win, you got to stay aggressive. That's exactly why Sasaki is going on the pitch as she scoots on by the tag.
And so Snyder with a chance to get the Batbusters the lead once again. After the Patriots tied it up in the top of the 5th. Snyder singled back in the first. 0-2, tapped on the infield, but foul. It went off her foot. Probably a good thing, because if the play couldn't be made on the infield, Sasaki, I think she was like 6 steps away from home. She was racing around on contact. Shelby Wickersham, though, still with a chance for her 4th strikeout. That was way high and fought off by Snyder. Amy Petrie continues to mentally keep this Patriot team in this championship. Despite the fact that they got behind by 3, they're able to find their way back. Now they're hoping just to get out of the 5th, with it being a 5-5 contest.
This is a good 2-strike at bat for Kira Snyder. Fouling pitches off, go-ahead run at second base, and there's some pressure on Wickersham out there. A lot different having a runner on second base in a tie ball game with 2 outs than there is on first base.
Got her swinging. Shelby Wickersham gets the strikeout, and she gets out of the jam. Wickersham, she's got 4 Ks in the championship. It's 5-5 headed to the 6th. It's the final championship game of the USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championships on the CBS Sports Network, and the Patriots with 3 runs in the 5th, making it interesting for the OC Batbusters. They're trying to get their 4th title. Saw them yesterday take the 12s and the 18s. Earlier today, it was Batbusters versus Batbusters. in the 14U championship, but the Patriots have other plans. They want this trophy to head on down to Louisiana as opposed to going back to Anaheim, California.
Well, the Bat Busters would like nothing more than to have it to be a complete sweep, winning each of these 4 age groups.
And Grace McGee will lead off the 6th inning.
Now batting number 1, Anna Grace McGee.
She walked in the 2nd. Bottom of the lineup against Snyder. He's about to throw pitch number 100 of this championship game. Didn't get any help an inning ago. Geyer reached first on a drop third strike. Then an error by Barroso over a third kept the inning alive, and that gave Kelsey Miller an opportunity to tie it, and she came through with a big hit. Two and two.
Patriots doing a nice job last inning, drawing some walks, becoming the base runners that the power hitters needed. And the power hitters coming through with 2 outs, tying up this game.
2-2, got her with a changeup, and a lot of work there for Loya. She's had to throw over to first to finish up the strikeout a number of times.
Nice job by Snyder, coming with another off-speed pitch. Loya, such a great work ethic behind the plate with the block and a sharp throw to first base.
So 10 Ks in the contest now for Snyder, as Danielle Duplay grounds it over to Dees, the shortstop, and there's 2 outs here in the 6th.
Now batting number 26, Sarah Geyer.
The good news for the Patriots is they'll at least have the heart of their lineup in the 7th if they obviously aren't able to scratch across another run here in the 6th. Top of the lineup in Sarah Geyer. She reached on the drop third strike and came in to score a run after getting a stolen base. And she grounds it over to Jamison at first. She corrals it, tags the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Snyder. The Bat Busters back to the plate in the championship.
So Kelsey Miller, how do you hit an outside pitch? Well, 1, it's about contact point. Ball's got to get deep enough so you can go opposite. Not from that side, but the other angle would be the best freeze. Now, right there, you can see the contact behind her front foot, yep.
All right, combat action analysis. Well, Kelsey Miller has the big hit so far for the Patriots. Let's check out our combat action analysis and see how she did it, Barb.
Well, for a power hitter, it's not just about hitting with power. It's about hitting to power, with power, to all fields. And here, Kelsey Miller takes an outside pitch with an excellent contact point. You can see her make contact with this pitch behind her front foot, and that allows her to extend and drive the ball deep into left for a key 2-out, 2 RBI double to tie this game up.
Kelsey Miller has kept the Patriots in this contest. They're hoping for a quick inning here. Elaloya, Malucha, and Jamerson due up for the Batbusters here in the 6th inning. Shelby Wickersham, she has done well in relief in this championship game, taking the place of Bailey Thornhill, who started the contest. How about the day for Loya behind home plate? Catching her pitcher, Snyder.
Oh, she's showed us a lot of skills. We've seen her arm, we've seen her blocking skills. Very solid fundamentally.
And Aloya trying to get a hit here. She's singled back in the first. The Illinois commit. Trying to get aboard, popped up short right field and coming in to make the play. Miller, the hero of the day so far for the Patriots, gets out number 1 here in the 6th.
Kelsey Miller with a good beat on that ball. Knows she has to make the play. Never stops coming for it, makes it look pretty routine.
Kate Palusha. Chiefs without a hit in the 16U championship. She was Wickersham's second strikeout victim in her last plate appearance in the 3rd. And she's down to her final strike.
Real nice job by Wickersham. Working the zone, down and in, down and out.
Tapped over to Viney at 3rd, and on the hop, she goes across the diamond, and 2 outs for the Batbusters here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
So these Marucci Patriots have taken on the attitude of their head coach, Amy Petrie. They're confident, they're cool, they have good energy, constant communication.
The first baseman, Jameson, who got a single back in the 4th, trying to ignite a 2-out rally for the Batbusters. Wickersham, who got 2 quick outs in the 6th, is behind the Batbuster first baseman here, 2-0. Put into play. Tidwell over to first. Nice dig by Anna Grace McGee. That'll send us to the final inning of the 16U championship. All tied up between the Patriots and the Batbusters. The Marucci Patriots have a chance to win the 16U championship because of this double by Kelsey Miller, driving home 2 runs. It's been the difference so far in this championship game, and now Amy Petrie's squad, they have a chance to win this 16U championship.
Kelsey.
Hey,
That's a hell of a job, Kelsey Miller.
Good job, Kelsey.
Hey, we get ourselves in here as pounds, good things happen because now she has to throw our pitch. We ain't chasing that junk anymore. We also made an adjustment here, all right? We said,
We ain't
you
losing.
know what we said.
Yeah, we
Let's go. Let's go. Compete on 3. 1, 2, 3. Compete.
I like it. I love the enthusiasm. And Coach Petrie's never stopped coaching, and it's not about fundamentals, it's about mental adjustments. And to me, that's a huge thing, especially competing at a high level.
And the difference in the championship game in the 7th inning is the Patriots, they will hit 2, 3, and 4. For the Batbusters to up 7, 8, and 9. The Batbusters have had some productivity at the bottom part of the lineup, but it's Allison Vincent who doubled and scored the first run of the contest, leading things off against Snyder, who has gone the distance in this championship game. And they've done a much better job of holding off on that changeup, would you say?
Well, I think that they definitely have a plan. The inning they scored, they really understood the zone, and it was really the changeup that Snyder was coming with for a strike, but then she started missing it. But I think what they're looking for, if they're looking for something hard, it's the pitch down in the zone. And when they go after that pitch, they've been successful. Most of their outs and hard hits have come with hitting the ball on the ground.
Snyder has 10 Ks in the championship. And she's had events in 1 and 2. Fouls that one away. 110 pitches thrown by the Batbuster ace. As the OC Batbusters look to bring the trophy back to California. They'll have a chance for a walk-off win in the bottom of the 7th, but first they need to get through the Patriots here in the top of the 7th. Out of the zone, it's 2 and 2. Two and 2. Jammed her and popped up, and there's one away. Well, the Batbusters have had their way this week at the championship. OC Batbusters, they found their way to make it to the championship. They won the 12U, the 18U, and earlier today, the 14U title, trying to get their 4th championship. But the Marucci Patriots have really battled against Kyra Snyder, who has 10 Ks.
What's impressive about Snyder is she has scattered those 5 hits.
Ella Manzer looking for her first hit in the championship. She's 0 for 3. Fastpitch looked like it kind of slipped out. It's 1-1. Manzer, the 3-hole hitter, trying to get aboard. And now she's down to her final strike. It's 1 and 2. Bouncing ball to second, Gutierrez, and there's 2 outs. 4-3 in the book.
Now batting number 32,
And the cleanup hitter,
Page.
Kennedy Page, who singled back in the first, driving home Vincent. We'll try to get aboard against Snyder. Kennedy Page, she's one of the players that really played an integral role in the 5th and tying it up, drawing that walk as she came in to score on Miller's double. Good approach so far. She's ahead 2-0. down the middle.
Nice job by Snyder coming back. She definitely does not want to get to the power of Taylor Tidwell on deck.
Two and two as it's fouled away. And you have Taylor Tidwell on deck, and then following her, Kelsey Miller with their 2 doubles, including the RBI tying double, is in the hole. Snyder has a chance for a 1-2-3 top of the 7th. In the dirt, it's 3 and 2. The payoff pitch, it missed. And the go-ahead run is on first, as Kennedy Page has walked for the 2nd time in this championship game. Taylor Tidwell has gotten aboard on an error twice in the championship game. We're going to go to the bench and bring a pinch runner over to first. It's Amberlyn Alfano. Amy Petrie, she has done everything to keep the Patriots in this contest mentally. This is where you want to be. With some speed on first and 2 big bats. Tidwell here and Miller waiting on deck. Bats in the dirt, it scoots behind the catcher. But Alfano will hold it first.
Big changeup by Snyder, evening the count. And that's what makes her so tough. She can throw that changeup on any count for a strike.
The 1-1. Missed again, and they're in danger of putting the leading run potentially in scoring position as they've fallen behind the Patriot shortstop. I don't think Snyder wants to see Miller at the plate with a runner in scoring position. He holds back. And we'll see if Tidwell gets a 3-1 green light as Miller awaits on deck. She'd love to have a chance to give the Patriots the lead. As you see, some hitters are just clutch, and Miller has been clutch today. Three, 1, beautiful change up there.
That's the bread and butter right now for Snyder. That has been her key pitch throughout this game.
Do you throw it again here?
Absolutely. She feels good about it? Absolutely. Tidwell has yet to make an adjustment on that pitch.
Tidwell struck out in the first. Snyder'd like to get her again. Got her swinging, and that'll retire the side. Kyra Snyder gets out of another jam, and the OC Batbusters, after the 11th K by Snyder, they got a chance to win it when we come back.
The USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championships on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by USSSA, Dream NPF, Play USSSA. By Combat, your advantage is in our DNA. By Easton, power to all fields. And by Boomba, official sponsor of the USA Elite Select All-American Games.
Well, the City of Fountains has played a great host to this week's USA Elite Select World Fastpitch Championship. And the OC Batbusters coming to the plate, trying to end this inaugural championship in walk-off fashion. They have a chance for a walk-off winner. Mia Guevara leading things off against Shelby Wickersham. Patriots hoping that the tournament can go one more inning, at least. Guevara doubled in the second inning. Wickersham behind 2-0. Gets a called strike. You don't want to walk the championship winning run.
Well, no matter what, they'd love to keep this leadoff batter off base.
From 2-0 to 2-2.
It's a lot harder scoring a run with one out and nobody on base. And that's really the mentality. So many teams have that as a team goal throughout 7 innings. You always work and really key in on getting that leadoff batter out.
Guevara off-speed pitch taken by Tidwell and across the diamond. They get Guevara for the first out. I've been really impressed with Taylor Tidwell and what she is going to bring to the table eventually for LSU.
Tidwell just exceptional on both sides of the field, but really displaying her glove work today. She's got a great glove. Her arm is explosive. And we've seen her athleticism several times making plays on the run.
It's been a 2-for-2 day for Pearl Barroso. Bottom of the lineup has been productive for the Batbusters. They got lots of hits at the bottom, including, of course, that 3-run home run by Samantha Dress in the 10-hole. Barroso, class of 2017, committed to DePaul. He lifts this one into short left. 2 outs. So the Patriots need one more out to force extra innings here in Kansas City. This is a big out too, because awaiting on deck Samantha Dees. She's had the big swing tonight, the 3-run home run. But Wickersham would like to make it a 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th, sending us to the 8th. 1-1. There is Samantha Dees. She changed the course of this game with 2 outs and 2 strikes, with a monster home run that hit the top of the scoreboard in the 2nd inning.
Her team was behind 2-0. The Marucci Patriots getting off to a fast start. But with one swing of the bat, Samantha Dees gave the Batbusters the lead.
Gutierrez is down to her final strike now as it's 2-2. The pitcher's trying to take over this game in its final inning. sends us to extra innings. The Patriots' second baseman laying out to make sure that Dess doesn't come to the plate. How about Paige? She'll send us to the 8th. We are still looking to break the 5-5 tie in the 16U championship. Extra innings in the 16U championship game, and the reason Kelsey Miller, she has our Boomba play of the game. This is what she did in the 5th, getting this double.
Miller going opposite field. A huge 2-out, 2 RBI double. And it's that hit right there that has pushed us into extra innings.
And Kelsey Miller's going to have a chance to do it again. International tiebreak rule is in effect here in this championship game. They don't wait till the 10th inning like they do in the NPF. And travel ball, goal is to try to get the championship a little bit quicker. So they got a runner on second. It's the one that made the final out. It should be Taylor Tidwell, and it is.
So the tiebreaker rule in effect. The batter who made the last out in the 7th inning takes second base.
30,
That'll be for both teams here, batting in the 8th inning.
As far as momentum, obviously there's a big pressure here for the Patriots to try to score a run with a runner on second to begin things, with the Batbusters being the home team.
Well, for a little bit of momentum, how about Kennedy's diving catch to end the bottom of the 7th inning? That will roll right into the Patriots dugout, but I'm a believer that if the visiting team scores first in the tiebreaker, that it puts a lot of pressure on the home team.
Can Kelsey Miller get her 3rd hit of this championship? Every hit has been a double so far. It looked for a second like she was thinking about bunting to move the runner to 3rd. Snyder's ready with a 1-1. Shows bunt, pulls it back. And Snyder's behind 2-1. Guess in some ways the Batbusters catching a break if you got somebody with a big bat like Kelsey Miller laying down a bunt.
Barroso way in at 3rd base, anticipating the bunt.
And the bunt laid down, but it rolls foul. Now I'm not sure with 2 strikes if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the Batbusters, because that, I would assume, appears that Miller should swing away now.
Most likely Miller will not be asked to bunt in a situation like this.
Snyder looking in with Tidwell on second. Swing and a miss. They got her swinging. It's a big start for Kyra Snyder to get the first out and to get Kelsey Miller, who's had the big day for the Patriots.
Well, there we see this changeup again by Kyra Snyder. And right now the Patriots cannot figure out that change of speed.
But we know Mallory Vining hasn't figured it out as well. She's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice back in the 2nd. Tidwell trying to bait the throw. She does so successfully, but only just rolls into the outfield grass. Vining's had an active day over at 3rd. Off Barroso, she recovers, throws over to 1st, and she gets Vining by a footstep.
This is a great defensive play by Barroso. Vining absolutely hits a laser. It's in and out of the glove of Barroso. She stays with it to make sure she comes away with 1 out.
Now batting, pinch hitter, 0.
And they're going to bring Caroline Mazer in to pinch hit for Anna Grace McGee, who is 0 for 2 of the walk.
0 for 1, coach. 0 for 1. 0 for 1.
Committed to Southeastern Georgia, where she will play with her sister Ella. As Amy Petrie going to her bench with Tidwell over on third. She swings through, foul tip, strike 1. Mazer trying to come through with a big hit.
Mazer paying attention to the scouting, standing all the way to the back of the box. This will give her a little bit more time to adjust to that changeup, identify it a little bit sooner, and force that pitch to come a little bit farther for a strike if she takes it.
Hit the outside corner of the plate. It's 1-2. Looked like a generous called strike there. But Snyder will take it. Now a chance for her 12th K of the contest. Trying to send us to the bottom of the 8th. But Mazer's going to fight off and at least get one more pitch. Let's listen to Emily Petrie mic'd up for the Patriots.
Ladies, right here, and then you can go with them. Focus in. We're going to have to make great plays like that to win this championship. Everybody. We're going to have great at-bats. The next at-bat is going to be your best at-bat of this tournament.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to play.
I love it. She doesn't let them let down. She keeps the intensity up.
And Mazer hoping to get her best at bat of the tournament right here. 2-2. It's a called strike 3. Snyder gets out of the inning. She's got 13 Ks in the contest, and the Batbusters will have a chance to win it when we come back for the bottom of the 8th. So the Batbusters with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 8th, and a big reason why they are there. Samantha Dees, this is what she did in the 2nd.
Down 2-0. Dees turns on this pitch off the scoreboard to give the Batbusters a 3-2 lead.
Well, that was the momentum changer all the way until Kelsey Miller snatched the momentum back for the Patriots. Now the question, we saw, despite the fact that Miller had the big plate appearances earlier, they tried to have her bat with the tiebreaker in effect. Number 17 out running. It's Cisneros. You have Dees lay down a bunt here. Is that the strategy when you're playing for 1 run?
I think that she can absolutely lay down a bunt right here. It's all about team philosophy. But your odds are better to score with a runner on third base and 1 out.
And she shows bunt. Pulls it back and takes ball 1.
Now batting number 21, Samantha Dees.
Cisneros is the championship winning run at second base for the OC Batbusters. First 2 pitches missing. Cisneros off the bag and they got her. Oh, wow. What a throw from Ella Mazer. And that changes everything.
Manzer with just an excellent throw over there to second base. Paige Kennedy covering the bag. You can clearly see the tag on Cisneros before she tries to make her way back to the base.
Well, these can leave the yard and still end it the old-fashioned way. 3-0. Wickersham now can just focus on Samantha Dees with the bases clear, ball 4. A little bit of a difference, though, having a runner on first as opposed to having a runner on second.
Now batting number 99, Kyra Cavley.
That's number 99, Kyra Colley. With 1 on, 1 out, batting in the 11 hole. And Wickersham is suddenly lost the strike zone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Colley had a single back in the 2nd inning. Bunts, and it's going to fall down. Tidwell, nobody's going to make a play. And 2 on and 1 out. And the Bat Busters, they're not done here in the 8th inning.
Nice shot, short game by Colley. Laying down a bunt, gets it by the third baseman Vining. And I think even if Tidwell would have fielded this ball cleanly, with Colley's speed, there'd be no play at first base.
And Tia Thies getting set to pinch hit as Amy Petrie trying to talk things over with her infield. If you're a Patriot fan, thank goodness for the throw by their catcher. If not, they'd be loaded up.
Now batting number 5, Taya Thies.
So Taya Thies, committed to UC Santa Barbara, comes to the plate with an opportunity to get the big hit here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And she's going to do so. Hits it to the wall, and the Bat Busters are walk-off winners for the 16U champions.
Dees with a key hit to knocking Dees at second base. A great call, pinch hitting by Dave Lestrax. Dees comes through with a 2-out shot to give the Bat Busters a 6-5 win.
Disappointed Patriots, but man, did they battle the Bat Busters here in this championship.
Well, the Patriots came out and they actually took a 2-0 lead. It was actually Samantha Dees with a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 2nd. The Bat Busters added to their lead, but the Patriots fought back to tie things up with 3 runs of their own in the 5th inning. And then this game was forced into extras, where we just saw the Bat Busters take the 16U World Championship.
What a game here in Kansas City, and all 4 of those glass trophies are headed back to OC Bat Buster headquarters in Anaheim.
There's Thies with the game-winning hit, gets it in the alley. I love the first pitch swing. Samantha Dees scores early. And the Bat Busters go on to celebrate.
What a big clutch hit by Thies coming through in the clutch to win this championship. And Thies is down with Lindsay Rowley now.
Thanks, Bernie. Taya, a great hit to win the game. What was your mindset for that at bat?
I'm just going in, seeing my pitch, letting it get deep because I knew she's coming outside. She's doing it all game, just trying to get a base hit.
Very up and down game. What were you and your teammates talking about throughout the game in order to stay focused?
Just trying to keep our crowd up and because we obviously didn't have the biggest crowd compared to them. So just trying to keep our dugout in and keep everyone focused.
After a long week to be able to win the championship in extra innings, what does this mean to your team?
It's really exciting. We all work really hard at practice, getting conditioning in, and yeah, just keep fighting through till the end.
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Bernie?
Thies with the clutch hit. And what a day for the OC Bat Busters and a huge battle with the Marucci Patriots. They win it in extra innings, 6-5 the final score, Barb.
Well, you got to take a look at Kira Snyder. She absolutely kept the Bat Busters in the game. 12 strikeouts on the day. She scattered 5 hits. But overall, it was a great team win. We saw production throughout the Bat Buster lineup, especially towards the bottom. It was the bottom of the lineup that provided themselves as base runners and scored these key runs.
That'll put a wrap on the inaugural USA Elite Select World Fast Pitch Championship. OC Bat Busters, the 16U champions. For Barbara Jordan, Lindsay Rowley, and our entire CBS crew, I'm Bernie Gunther. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We'll now send you to DTM Racing.